Sally Field has long been considered one of the enduring legends of Hollywood. With 2 Academy Awards, multiple Emmys, and a career that spans more than 5 decades, she has earned her place in cinematic history. Yet behind the applause and accolades lies a deeply human story, one shaped not just by success, but by vulnerability, perseverance, and growth. At 78, her life reads less like a fairy tale of fame and more like a testament to resilience. She has never pretended that her journey was seamless. In fact, what makes her story so compelling is the way she has consistently acknowledged the complexities behind the spotlight. From childhood uncertainty to professional reinvention, from public triumphs to private reckonings, Sally Field's life reveals the courage it takes to keep evolving. Her legacy is not simply about the roles she played, but about the strength she found within herself when circumstances demanded it. A childhood marked by uncertainty. Born on November 6, 1946 in Pasadena, Sally entered a world already shifting beneath her feet. Her parents' marriage ended when she was just 4 years old, leaving her to grow up between two households at a time when divorce carried social stigma. Her mother, Margaret Field, worked as an actress, often balancing ambition with the expectations placed on women of that era. Her father, Richard Dryden Field, was a World War II veteran whose stern demeanor contrasted sharply with the glamour of Hollywood life. For a young child, these changing dynamics created confusion and a longing for steadiness. Home did not always feel predictable. Love, while present, sometimes felt conditional or distant. In later reflections, Sally has spoken about feeling invisible in certain moments of her childhood, unsure of how to express the emotions she carried. That early sense of instability quietly shaped her inner world, fostering both sensitivity and a fierce independence that would later define her career. Discovering acting as a lifeline. For Sally, acting was never just about applause, it was about expression. As a teenager, she discovered that stepping into a character allowed her to explore emotions she struggled to articulate in her own life. Drama classes became a refuge, a space where vulnerability was not weakness, but strength. On stage, she could channel fear, longing, or hope into performance, and in doing so, begin to understand herself. Acting offered structure in a life that sometimes felt uncertain. It also provided connection, an opportunity to be seen and heard in ways she hadn't always experienced. When she began auditioning for television roles, she approached them not simply as opportunities for fame, but as chances to build a path forward. There was a quiet determination beneath her youthful energy. Even before she became a household name, Sally was learning that her craft could serve as both profession and personal healing. That understanding would carry her through the decades to come. The early spotlight, Gidget and Growing Pains. In 1965, at just 18, Sally landed her first major television role in Gidget. The show's breezy charm and beachside optimism quickly made her a recognizable face across America. Viewers adored her bright smile and spirited presence. Almost overnight, she became the embodiment of youthful innocence. Yet with recognition came pressure. Being labeled the girl next door was flattering, but it also confined her. The industry often saw her as sweet and lightweight, overlooking the emotional depth she longed to explore. While fans sent letters and producers praised her appeal, Sally privately wrestled with self-doubt. She was grateful for the opportunity, but she sensed there was more inside her waiting to be expressed. The gap between public perception and private aspiration grew wider. Even at a young age, she understood that sustaining a meaningful career would require reinvention. The challenge was finding the courage to step beyond the comfort of familiarity. A career reborn through serious drama. Her gamble paid off in 1976 with Sybil, a demanding television film that showcased her dramatic range. The performance stunned critics and audiences alike. Gone was the bubbly sitcom star. In her place stood an actress capable of layered intensity and psychological complexity. The role earned her an Emmy Award and, more importantly, industry respect. For Sally, It was validation of years spent refining her craft. She had proven to Hollywood and to herself that she was more than her early image. This breakthrough opened doors to challenging film roles and collaborations with acclaimed directors. It also marked a personal shift. No longer seeking approval through charm alone, she embraced vulnerability as an artistic asset. The reinvention was not sudden but earned through persistence. By daring to be seen differently, Sally redefined her trajectory. The transformation stands as one of the most compelling second acts in modern entertainment history. Norma Rae and Oscar triumph. In 1979, Sally delivered one of her most iconic performances in Norma Rae. Portraying a determined textile worker advocating for labor rights, she embodied grit, compassion, and moral courage. The role resonated deeply with audiences navigating social and economic change. When she won the Academy Award for Best Actress, it symbolized more than professional achievement. It was the culmination of years spent challenging assumptions about her abilities. The moment affirmed that perseverance could rewrite narratives imposed by others. Sally's acceptance speech, earnest and emotional, captured her authenticity. She wasn't performing gratitude, she felt it profoundly. The Oscar cemented her status as one of her generation's finest performers. Yet, even amid acclaim, she remained grounded in the understanding that awards were milestones, not definitions. What mattered most was the opportunity to tell meaningful stories. Norma Rae became a touchstone not only in her filmography but in her personal journey toward self-belief. Love, family, and first heartbreak. Beyond the screen, Sally sought stability in family life. She married her high school sweetheart, Stephen Craig, in 1968, and together they welcomed 2 sons. Motherhood became a source of deep fulfillment, grounding her amid Hollywood's unpredictability. Yet balancing career demands with personal commitments proved challenging. By 1975, the marriage ended quietly. There was no scandal, just the sober realization that growth sometimes leads people in different directions. For Sally, the experience was bittersweet. She cherished the family they built, but grappled with the disappointment of separation. It reinforced her awareness that love requires more than good intentions. Even so, she emerged with resilience and a steadfast devotion to her children. They became her constant, her reminder that success is richest when shared with those who know you beyond your public persona. Through both joy and sorrow, family remained her emotional anchor, facing mortality and renewed perspective. In 1988, Sally experienced a frightening plane incident while traveling with family. Though everyone survived, the moment underscored life's fragility. Encounters with uncertainty often shift priorities, and for her, it deepened gratitude. She has reflected on how such moments clarify what truly matters: health, loved ones, and time. Professional ambitions, while still meaningful, no longer eclipsed personal presence. The experience reinforced her protective devotion as a mother and her appreciation for ordinary days. Surviving a scare can leave lingering anxiety, but it can also awaken renewed perspective. For Sally, it strengthened her resolve to live intentionally. Rather than chase constant validation, she focused on balance. The incident became less a headline and more a quiet turning point, reminding her that resilience includes embracing vulnerability and treasuring second chances. A legacy of resilience and grace. Today, Sally Field's life feels quieter but no less meaningful. Surrounded by her 3 sons and grandchildren, she treasures simple rituals: gardening, reading, shared meals. The awards remain symbols of dedication, yet her deepest pride rests in family and integrity. Her journey illustrates that resilience is not loud, it is steady. She has navigated reinvention, heartbreak, and triumph with honesty. What resonates most is her willingness to evolve. Rather than cling to image or nostalgia, she continually sought truth in her craft, relationships, and advocacy. At 78, she stands as a reminder that strength can be gentle and that reinvention is possible at any stage. Sally Field's story endures not because it is flawless, but because it is profoundly human.